Hello, all my yarn lovers, fiber artists, and craft curious spectators. Welcome to my created castle. Well, today's video is a yarn unboxing. So why aren't we opening the yarn together? Well, because we are. Look at this. Look at this. This is my order from I don't think I took off my address label, so I gotta be super careful about showing off this box. This is my order from the Nitpicks Socktober sale. OMG, y'all, look at all this lusciousness. Wow, wow, wow. Socktober happened. Oh my goodness. Look at all this color, okay? So I was debating, I'm like, how in the world am I going to do this video, right? How am I going to do this? Because, well, if you're a returning viewer, you know this order might challenge me just a little bit. But let me introduce myself for anybody who might be new to my channel. Hi, my name's May. I love yarn. I love to knit and crochet. Those are my hobbies. And I also happen to have been born visually impaired, legally blind, and completely colorblind. Yeah, that's why all that box of luscious, beautiful color is going to challenge me. So, anyways, the yarns that were on sale from the Socktober, and I do use assistive technology. I use screen readers. We're gonna have to use multiple devices today, so I'm talking to you on my Samsung Galaxy S23 phone. I got a screen reader on that. I do have an earbud in, okay? So hopefully you won't hear any notifications and news and phone calls and texts that I get on that, but you're gonna hear screen readers today. They're gonna sound like that. That's how visually impaired people access the internet, okay? So, I'm not totally blind, but I thought the 2 yards, I did a video on the Socktober sale over at Nitpicks, and if you're not really familiar with it yet, all of us sock knitters, right? I've been knitting for years. October is cold weather out. We know knitting socks in fingering weight yarn, well, it might seem like a small project, but really, that's a whole heck of a lot of stitches in a sock in a fingering weight yarn. And so October is cold weather. We start thinking socks. And additionally, if we're making socks for Christmas, well, we know that could be a while. So Socktober is a thing. So I did do a video on the Nitpicks Socktober sale, and they featured 2 different yarns for Socktober. One was palette, a Peruvian Highland wool. It's non-superwash. No, I didn't bring any of that in with me today like I did for that video because I didn't order any of that in the Socktober sale. Just saying. So, but what did I do? I focused on the Hawthorne Fingering. So Hawthorne Fingering is a #1 fingering weight yarn. So you're going to want to use your US size 1 to 3 knitting needles. So that's anywhere from your 2.25 to your 3.25. So your 1, your 1.5. So yeah, if you're not familiar with knitting needle sizes, your 1 is your 2.25, your 1.5 is your 2.5 milli, your 2 is your 2.75 milli. Yes, we even have a 2.5. That's your 3 milli. And then of course your 3 is a 3.25 millimeter. Now, that's for socks, right? But you know what? For things like shawls and that, you know, where you might want something a little more open, a little more airy, I absolutely think you could bump up that needle depending on what you want. I talk about it all the time. How much drape do you want in your project? I think this is a thicker, in my opinion, it's a thicker fingering weight yarn. Let's look at the strands right now. We'll take a look at that. And it's a thicker fingering weight yarn. So I think with a shawl, you could do this on a 3, 4, probably even a US 5. With crochet, I think you could crochet this up on an E-hook or even larger than that. So this an E, probably an F. I might even go to a G on this, depending. Okay, I'm just saying. This is the size of the strand that we're talking about. So in my opinion, this is a thicker fingering weight yarn. It is 80% superwash wool, 20% polyamide for stretch, for durability. It's not a merino wool, so it's not the softest sock yarn, but it is a really durable yarn. Okay, it's a durable wool. It's a thicker, heavier duty wool, and then it's got that polyamide for strength and durability. So in my opinion, this is a really, really nice sock yarn. Okay, it's going to be a good durable sock yarn for you. So now I did design on my channel. I have my pair of socks from Sock Week. I designed these socks for Sock Week. You can find the Finish It Friday where I describe to you the whole process. You can find an in-depth tutorial on how I do these are toe-up socks, and I explain to you how I do my heels. No short rows, no pickup and knit. It's all shaping. It's all shape your heel with your increases, your knit one through the front and the back, the exact same way you do your toes. And then you shape your heel by doing slip, slip, knit, and purl two together. Okay, to me, as somebody who's visually impaired, who works by feel, well, I've struggled with short rows. Have I done short row socks? Yes, but I can't even tell you the amount of tries it took. Okay, probably 3-4 times, and then Nitpicks Felici, because it's striped, and I really wanted to get that stripe just right for the short rows, so I did it, and they look lovely. I should bring them in here sometime so we can talk about it, but I'm not good at it. It takes multiple tries. So, and I'm not good at pickup and knit either, because it's a fingering weight yarn and I'm visually impaired, and me trying to feel each of those little stitches in a fingering weight yarn on the side is super challenging. Okay, so my socks that I worked up are in the color Klamath Falls Tonal. They are a beautiful mix of really, really dark blues, like navy, denim, and Delft is what they describe it to me. So this is what that looks like worked up. This is what it looks like in the skein. It is a beautiful, beautiful dark blue, in my opinion. Now, I did not buy this particular color today. Okay, I bought this a while ago. So, but the reason that I brought it in here is because I know that some of you might just want to look at all of the colors and kind of compare a bunch of the colors, right? Because this is one of these tonal yarns, and it's so pretty, and there's so much tonal yarns, there's so much variability, and it can be really hard. You're looking at the little, the little boxes on the screen, trying to figure out what does that yarn look like. So, and I even did crochet with it, by the way. Here's my little tiny, look at that teeny tiny granny square. That is adorable. Who tried to crochet with this after you saw my video on Sock Week? And I said, yes, you can crochet with it. Who tried to crochet with it? Who tried to crochet socks with this? So, I want to know, y'all. I want to know. I want to hear. So anyways, that's what that's going to look like for you worked up. So the Klamath Falls, this is what it's going to look like. I did not buy more because, as you can see, I bought a 10-pack of it. And each one of these hanks is 357 yards. So that's a lot of yardage, y'all. I made my socks here for Sock Week with one hank. I made the socks, and then this little ball left over where we have our granny square. I still had a little bit left over, and this is the size of my feet. Not going to hold them up real high because I'm wearing a skirt today. Yes, I have full-on tights, so, nothing that you're going to see me on tights, but still, I'm wearing a skirt. So, sorry, not going to, hold the feet up in the air like sometimes. So, anyways, but I have a U.S. My socks, my feet are U.S. women's 7.5 to 8 is what size shoes and boots that I wear. So I was able to get one pair of socks for me out of one hank. Again, I'll show you the length one more time. So they're mid calf. They're not the longest socks that I've made. I've certainly made longer socks, right? You've seen my over the knee thigh high black and orange socks for Halloween. So these are not the longest socks that I've made, but they are past mid calf. I mean, they don't go to my knees, but they are mid calf. So if you have bigger feet, or you want longer socks, you're probably going to need more than one hank, right? But if you were okay having even this is probably 3/4 of the way up to my knee. So if you're okay with even halfway up, then you're probably going to be fine even if your feet are longer. If you like some people like shorty socks. I need to probably make some shorty socks because I do have certain pants and outfits and things that I like shorty socks with. So I should probably focus. I love the long socks sometimes. for their warmth and different looks that they get, especially with these multicolored tonal yarns. I think they're so pretty. And so I just get so excited to make the long socks. I'm like, well, look at the yarn. It's just so pretty the way that it shows up, right? So I get excited about that. So these hanks are 357 yards. So now I bought this 10-pack of the Klamath Falls a while ago. But then I realized, hey, I can make a sock with one hank. I can make a pair of socks with one hank. So really, for me, that's all I need. Now, you guys love, you know I love my 10 packs of yarn, right? But at 357 yards, when you buy a 10-pack of fingering weight yarn, that's over 3,000 yards. That's 3,500. So the nice thing for me is that I can definitely make myself a shawl with this. I could make myself an entire dress with this. Who knows? We might do that. We don't know yet. I could make probably with over 3,000 yards, I could probably make myself like a long sleeve floor length dress. We might get bored this winter. You never know what could happen. But I might just make like a beautiful cardi with it, or a shawl, or a skirt, or something like that. But so I do have the Klamath Falls in the 10-pack. I already had that in the house. I also showed you for Sock Week, I bought a 10-pack of the Delphinium kettle, which is another one of the blues. And it is more like, it's a step lighter, on the lighter side. It's a midnight blue, and it's a denim and a violet, which makes me think it might have just a hint of purple. So I brought that one. I also brought this one ahead of time too. This is not one that I just purchased in the box. I showed you these for the Sock Week sale too, but I just thought for anybody who missed that or wanted to compare some of the colors, we could see those again. So these are the two blues next to each other. Even I, as somebody who's colorblind, can tell that the Delphinium kettle is lighter. These are lighter shades of blue. I can see that lighter sort of violet. So it might be purples, but colorblind, don't know. Okay. So I have a 10-pack of this as well. So after that, I was like, maybe you don't need a 10-pack of all the other colors, right? Just saying, May. There's only so much space in this house. And, well, my credit card is kind of, my credit card was also being like, you can't get 3,000 yards of 10 different colors, right? So did I want to? Of course I wanted to, right? But I didn't, because my credit card can't do it. So I decided, because I can make one pair of socks for my feet out of a hank of yarn, what I decided to do instead was buy like 10 different colors, y'all. So, because I thought, now that I'm doing YouTube, right? Had I gotten like 3 10-packs, we would have just been looking at 3 different colors. But I'm like, I'm doing YouTube. I got people out there who want to see the colors, right? You guys want to see all the different colors. So, what I decided to do for this particular order is just get one hank of like probably 10 different colors, or maybe even 12. I don't remember. Okay. I don't even remember all of the lusciousness in this box. Okay. But I was like, I bet they want to see the colors, and I'll be able to get a pair of socks. I'll have socks in all the colors. No, not all the colors. There's a lot of colors in Hawthorne Fingering. I'm just saying, there's lots and lots of colors. Okay. So I don't have all the colors. I'm not achieving to buy all the colors because there's a lot of colors I can't wear. I can't wear the yellows. I can't wear the peaches. I can't wear things that are super orangey, right? So we're not doing that. We're not getting all the colors. But again, here's the Klamath and the Delphinium. If you want to compare the blues I can wear. And I know that these dark blues are kind of neutral tones, so I can wear them with a lot of other colors. I can wear blues with other blues. I can wear blues with reds, as long as, I can wear blues with grays. I can wear blues with whites. So for me, as somebody who's colorblind, matching the blues works out a lot better for me than me trying to match. I love the reds, I love my purples, but it definitely challenges me. I gotta make sure I get these back in the right bag, y'all. That would be very, very sad if I got my Delphinium kettle into the clam. This is also why when I do my yarn sale videos, why I have all my yarn packed in these Ziploc bags. I know they're noisy, okay? I do. I know they're crinkly and they're noisy and people don't like that. But as somebody who's colorblind, I would never have any idea what I was dealing with if I didn't keep my yarn all separated, okay? So, now this video, I was going to do all of my sorting and looking at stuff ahead of time and then make the video. I was. And then I'm like, well, maybe they want to see what goes into all of this process for me, right? So I did start this process. Yes. Okay. I did start looking at a couple of these and then I'm like, this is going to take a long time. And maybe they want to see how somebody who's colorblind does all the stuff. So this is the color Slate. It is the very light, I think this might be the lightest of the grays, so it's your very, very light, light to medium, different shifting shades of gray. I like that. I can do grays. I can wear grays with other grays. I can wear grays with blacks. I can wear grays with blues. So that is working for me. I know I did label a couple of these, and I'm going to try to find those ahead of time so that I know what I'm dealing with. This one, I did not label. So guess what? We're going to have to go to the phone and figure out. Oh, come on. We're not entering my password. So this is how I do it. I use Google Lookout. And we're going to use it to look at what this is. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we are. Maybe we're not. It's not going to tell us now. Huh. Okay, well, No. Well, maybe it's not going to play with us now. Okay. Nope, we don't want to do that.
Hawthorne Fingering weight. Astoria tonal 357 yards.
Okay. Astoria tonal. Now, that is a color that I am very familiar with because, so I'm going to take my big Sharpie. I'm not totally blind. I still have not much sight left, but I still do have some. So for now, I do sometimes label my yarn in Braille too. You've seen me do that, but that's going to be a long process. So we're not going to do it right now. We're going to take our Sharpie and I'm going to write on this really big in a Sharpie marker Astoria. Now that's a color that I am also familiar with because if you don't know yet, Hawthorne does also come in a DK weight. And so on my channel, I've actually worked up a skirt. We got a shawl and a crochet shawl from Crystal Bagode over there that I worked up on my channel. You can see it. And then also one of my skirts that I did in the Astoria tonal. And I tell you why I chose that color, because Astoria is a town on the Oregon coast. And I've been there. I went there sailing with one of my boyfriends on a whole weekend adventure. So that's a really special place to me. And so this is named after the Oregon coast. So it's your blues and your grays, because the Oregon coast, well, it's a little cloudy and it's very, very gray most of the year. And then you get peaks of blue sky in there. So this is named after the Oregon coast town of Astoria. It is your blues and your grays, and it's very, very pretty. I like it. I know some people go, boring. It's cloudy. I love it because of all my memories on the Oregon coast. So, also, these are named after, if you don't know it yet, Hawthorne is actually a district in Portland, Oregon. And I used to live in Portland, Oregon. I spent 10 years in Portland, Oregon. I moved there for graduate school in 2000 to get my master's and my doctorate in psychology. I left Eastern Washington, packed up, went to a state that I really don't even think I'd vacationed in before, y'all, except to go to Astoria. That's it. I went to Astoria with my boyfriend to visit his aunt and uncle. But I didn't spend time in Portland, so I moved to a city with my guide dog, Genevieve. I had my first guide dog then, Genevieve, a beautiful, beautiful black and tan German Shepherd. And we packed up, and my ex-boyfriend, the same one who took me to Astoria, drove the U-Haul down there, and I moved in and started attending college and got my master's and my doctorate degree down there, and then spent more time down there because at the time I really loved Portland. And so these are named after different areas in the Oregon and the Portland area. And Hawthorne is actually a district in southeast Portland. So to me, like, the whole line is kind of special because I never lived in, well, I did live in southeast, but I did not live in the Hawthorne district. I lived in outer southeast where the housing was cheaper for a while with a different boyfriend. But the Hawthorne district is in inner southeast. There was, I have no idea. I left Portland in 2010. I spent 10 years there, left in 2010. Don't know what all there, especially after 2020 and lots of shutdowns. Washington and Oregon stayed shut down for over 2 years. And so a lot of businesses didn't come back. So I can't even tell you what's still in the Hawthorne district. But I used to spend a lot of time there. There's a McMinimans pub there. The McMinimans pub is like a big deal in Portland, and they all got different themes and stuff like that. So I used to spend a lot of time at the McMinimans and some of the different, bars and different. I was in my 20s. I was like in my early 20s. I was 22 when I moved down there, okay? So I spent a lot of time in some of the different pubs and some of the bars in Southeast and in Hawthorne, okay? I'm just going to tell you. So I used to go to some of the McMinimans there all the time in the Hawthorne district. I used to shop. The Hawthorne district was a great place for a non-driver to shop. I'm just saying. So the whole Hawthorne line is kind of cool to me. So let's look up another one of these because I don't have a clue what this one is. So we're going to see if our Google Lookout is going to work again for us or not. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Enter password. English, US screen off. Enter password. English, US word is shown. 1. Device unlock. Keyboard hidden. Lookout text mode. Turn camera off button. Turn camera on. Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Conifer kettle 357 yards. Nitpicks we
Okay,
crochet.
conifer kettle. Well, I bought several of conifer kettle. But most of these, I only got one skein of, like the slate and the Astoria tonal. We only got one skein of because I only need one pair of socks in those, right? But the conifer is supposed to look like the lush shades of a forest, right? The really dark green to mossy greens. Now, I can't wear your lighter greens. Like if your greens get too yellow, right? If they get too, I've talked about it before. I'm half Chinese, okay? Yellow, not the color for Chinese folks, okay? So I cannot wear your greens if they have too much yellow in them. But I can wear the darker greens. And so to me, this definitely seems like a darker green, right? I can wear like the dark pine greens. So this is supposed to be from your lush dark pines to your mossy. They did say some lichen. Now I don't know if I don't think there's enough of the lichens. What do you guys think? Can I wear conifer kettle? I'm feeling like I can. To me, I feel like I can wear conifer kettle. So I bought, I think, like 6 or 7 of these. I think this is the, oh, I got one other one where I got several of the same color. But I think this is the only one where I got a lot of color, a lot of hanks in, because for me, I feel like I could make myself a beautiful green, again, sweater or skirt. You guys know I love my skirts. I love to make skirts. So I was thinking like a beautiful skirt with this, or sweater, like a cable sweater or something like that. So I did get I really hope I can actually wear this dark green. If I find out that there's too much of the yellow greens in this for me to wear as like a sweater or a dress or something, I'm going to be sad because I bought several of these. I thought it was really pretty with a big, big project in mind. So if I get crushed and disappointed by that, I'm going to be sad. Probably should have sent a picture to my sister and been like, is the green too yellow for me to wear? So I did send her a picture of the Premier Puzzle Shimmer and the Maze. And because that's a shifting color, right? It's got darker green and then it goes to the lighter green. She was like, the darker green, yes, but she's like, the lighter green, that's too much yellow for you. Because I was envisioning like a nice cardi out of it for me. And she's like, green, some of the lighter greens are too yellow for you in that one. So, anyways, let's look at our next color.
Device unlocked. Lookout text mode. Hawthorne Fingering riot. A. Turn camera on button.
That's not the name of the color. I know that. That's not.
Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne Fingering weight. Goddess Girdle 357.
Goddess Kettle. Okay. So, Goddess Kettle. Let me take my marker. We are going to write on that goddess. This is the goddess. Love it, goddess. So, now that one, I know that the goddess, I'm pretty sure it's some pinks. But guess what? Y'all, we even brought the tablet in for this one because we need 3. Apparently, we're going to need, well, what happened to my tablet? View all yarn. I use a Kindle Fire tablet, and I actually already have this.
Different pages at the same time. Tap the Open Tabs button. Drag handle button. Sign up. Sign up.
Let's see. What?
Summarize this page button. Close summary. Flash sale. Get up to 50%.
I think it's telling me that
Wool of the Andes tweed worsted. Hawthorne Fingering yarn.
Hawthorne Fingering. Okay. So let's look up the goddess. This might take a long time. Some of y'all might get super, super bored figuring out how a visually impaired person preps for their yarn videos. But see, when I do yarn unboxings and I open the box with y'all, then I have to pause the camera, then go back over my order, go back to the website, get all the details on the yarn, and I was like, maybe they want to see, especially with this order, because it's going to take a long time. I'm like, maybe they want to see how it works. So let me know.
Sign up. Grants Path, Deer Island Tonal 17, Circuit, Sweet Home, Silverton, Camellia Kettle, Arlette, Volcano Kettle,
No.
Flash sale.
It's showing me
Hawthorne Fingering yarn dash Volcano Kettle.
I don't think we ordered any Volcano because I've already got some in Volcano.
Conifer Kettle, Serpent Kettle.
That's not it.
Mount Tabor Multi-Mount, Hayden, Johnson Creek, Gold Hill Tone, Foster Powell, Forest Grove,
Forest Grove, we did not get that.
Volcano Kettle, Arletta Mult, Camellia, Hub, Alec, Goddess Kettle,
Goddess Kettle. So let's see what Goddess Kettle is. I don't think I ordered Volcano because I think I already have some and I think I showed it to you during the sale. Let's look at what it says about Goddess Kettle.
Hawthorne Fingering yarn dash Goddess Kettle. Headed the purple that myths are made of. This deep and dramatic colorway spans the spectrum from darkest plum to a medium violet.
Okay.
Combined with other colors like slate or Turkish delight.
Purple and plum. So I'm also going to take my Sharpie and write here on the tag, purple. So that at least in case I forget, right? Because I do have a pretty good memory. But sometimes I do forget stuff. I might even write plum up here. And I can still read on these tags for now. Where it says Hawthorne, I can still read that. So that's definitely helpful to me for now. But I can't read the fine print on these tags, and it's super confusing for me. So I can look at it, though, in Hawthorne, and I know that that's a yarn for nitpicks, right? I have that knowledge in my head. So the goddess is a purple plum. Look at that. See, I also bought a number of different colors because I was like, I bet that we are going to want to just look at one sample of these and then we can decide, like, this I might want to get next time this goes on sale. I might want to buy this is a color that I would probably buy a 10-pack of. See, so I was like, let's look at it first before we buy a 10-pack. What do you know, y'all, we might actually look at the yarn first. So I might get a 10-pack of this because this is gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous. So
Oaks Park,
Oaks Park. I don't think I bought any Oaks Park. We'll see what else I have in the box. What other colors did we get in the box? Let me know what you think of this. Are some of you like, nah, I'm tuning out. This is too long. This is too boring. I don't care how visually impaired people deal with yarn. Or is this interesting to you? I would love to hear from you.
Device unlocked. Lookout text mode. Turn camera off button. Turn camera off button. Turn camera. Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne Fingering weight. Slabtown multi 357 yards 100 grams.
Okay, so this is Slabtown multi. And I know that that's a gray, right? Slab. That sounds gray to my mind. Like clues, right? Slabtown. That sounds gray to me. So I'm going to scroll down towards the bottom of the color palette because that's where I know the grays are.
Slate, kettle, macadam, blackbird, kettle, Astoria, tonalist, slab town, multi-slab town.
So let's see what they say.
Flash sale. Get up to 50% off tools and accessories.
Okay. They're having a flash sale at the date of this recording. But honestly, by the time you see this, the flash sale's probably going to be over. I'm just saying, okay? So keep that in mind. That I'm pre-recording this, and then we'll see what they say about Slabtown.
Rich resident maroon blends beautifully with the earthy tones of umber, burdock, and smoky plum. Try using with Sylvania for a lush, berry-inspired pairing.
Maroon and smoky plum. That sounds amazing.
Color, rich resident maroon blends beautifully with the earthy tones of umber, burdock, and smoky plum.
Umber
Try
and
using with Sylvania
smoky
for a lush,
plum.
berry-inspired pairing.
Let's write that on here as well, right? Maroon. We got some umber. This is gorgeous too. See, this is another one. This is the problem. See, I'm like, now that we got it, we might end up needing 10 packs in like all of this beautifulness. See, I wasn't sure I was gonna like. See, Slabtown. I was like, Slabtown, that might be kind of boring, right? I was thinking it was more grays. When I was looking at it, I was like, that's more grays, because I'd forgotten. When you got all this info in your head, you can kind of forget what some of the colors are, right? So I was thinking that this was going to be gray, but it's more browns and reds, kind of, I think. Browns to your reds to your purples. But look at that. That's gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Let's grab another Hank out of here. Let's see what the Google says this one is.
12. Device unlocked. Lookout text mode. Turn camera. Quick Pixie crochet. Hawthorne Fingering weight. Turkish Delight kettle 300.
Turkish Delight kettle. So now I'm pretty sure this is purples because I think I've got some Turkish Delight in the DK way. So I am going to write Turkish on here. I'm almost positive this is a purple, but we'll double check because, there's a lot of colors in here and I can't always keep them all straight. So
Mount Tabor, multi-mount Galama, Buster Powell, Forest Grove, multi-fort. Elliott, multi-Allet.
I don't know if I can even find
North Star
Turkish.
Kettle, North Klamath Falls, Garibaldi, Delphinium Kettle,
I might have to scroll down for that one.
Johnson Creek, hayden, Hood River, tonal, Hood Goddess Kettle, God, Alameda, Camellia Kettle, Arletta, Volcano Kettle. Silverton tonal, Sweet Home tonal, Turkish Delight, Deer
Turkish
Island,
Delight.
Kettle,
Turkish Delight. Okay, let's look at what that says about Turkish Delight.
Flash sale. Get sweet and delicious. This tasty shade of amethyst has warm fuchsia undertones. At its most saturated, the color is a glowing magenta, and at its lightest is a light pinkish purple.
Oh my god, another one that we might need a 10-pack of. Amethyst in fuchsia, magenta. OMG, y'all. These colors are gorgeous. I could tell this had some purples in it. Couldn't remember that it had kind of the pinkish. So this is another, I don't even know if I can write all these colors. See, that's the thing about having to write in Sharpie. I don't know if I can get magenta on here. And then you know what other issue we have? We have can May read her own writing, right? Y'all can see that. My writing's like, a kindergartner. So I struggle to read my own writing. But see, this is another one that I'm like, I might need a 10-pack and that. This would make a gorgeous shawl. This would make a gorgeous dress. So many of these. I'm like, gorgeous dresses, gorgeous skirts, gorgeous shawls. Like, I see so much potential with so many of these colors. This gorgeousness, right? So this is beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Magenta. Fuchsia. Wow. I forget. Amethyst. Yeah. So look at that. That is so pretty. This is why I thought this would be fun. Even though I wanted to get a 10-pack in some of these, I would have been limited to like a 10-pack in like 3 different colors. And I'm like, this is going to be, even though it's going to be super time consuming, you guys want to see the colors. And this is going to be way more fun. This is another one I wrote on. It's conifer. Yeah, I wrote on that one already. more of the green, so we don't need to go over that again. Let's take a look and see what this one is.
Enter password. Enter password. Nitpick crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Honor light 357 bar 100 read. Double tap to
It doesn't make any conifer. I think this might be another conifer.
Crit picks we Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Conifer kettle 157.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is a conifer. As you can tell, AI sometimes has issues, right? It sometimes has issues reading things. But to me, that sounded like it was trying to say conifer kettle. So, and it looks to me like it matches the other conifer kettles, just saying. So, I think that's what we're going to call that one. Look at this one. This is pretty. I wonder what this one is. I don't even know. I don't even know what that's pretty, though.
12:29 p.m. Device unlocked. Lookout text mode. Nitpick. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. North Star Kelly.
North Star kettle. Ooh, this is another blue. That's what I know, that this is another blue. It just turned its flashlight on. We don't even know why, but it just turned its flashlight on. So I know there's no text in view. It's all good. It's gonna be okay.
Garden Home Multi-Guard Happy Valley Jade District Multi-Jade District Multi $17.99. John's Landing.
North.
Reload this page.
No text in view.
Button.
Flashlight on.
Link Oaks Park Multi Oaks Mount Scott Multi Mississippi Multi Mississippi. North Star Kettle.
North Star kettle. I know that North Star kettle is blue. I think it's like lighter, and we know it's a tool sale. Okay.
A beautiful deep Arctic blue. North Star is a cool shade of dark denim mixed with a serene Prussian blue. A slight green undertone gives this organic night sky hue a shivery dash-like feel.
So Arctic blues, Prussian blues. So
Flashlight off. Lookout.
Arctic
Flashlight on. Lookout.
blue. So look at this. This is another really, really pretty one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna have a really hard time not buying. I don't know why it turned the flashlight on. Not buying more. Maybe not like 10 packs, but maybe like 6 more or something. With 357 yards, probably, 5 or 6 of these, I could get a full-on sweater for me. Because some of these, like the North Star kettle, I could see making a gorgeous sweater with, right? I mean, look at these blues. I could see a sweater with this one. I could. It would be beautiful. So I look at this and I'm like, that would make a gorgeous cardigan, right? Like a gorgeous cardi, or a gorgeous sweater of some type. So this is really pretty. Want more of that? Did really good not getting more of that.
Flashlight off. Lookout. Low light. Flashlight on. Lookout. Crit Pixie crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Goddess kettle 350.
Goddess kettle. Apparently, I did decide to get more than one of a few of these. And apparently, are we surprised that I got more than one of the goddess? Are we? I mean, it's purple. So, we should not be surprised by that at all. At all. So, apparently, I did get a little wild with a few colors that we're not really surprised about.
Flashlight on. Lookout. Hawthorne. Fingering maid. Turn cam. A. Crit Pix WW Knit Pixie crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Deer Island tonal.
Deer Island. Okay. So this is a brand new color to me, but I know that it's browns. Okay. I know that this one is browns. We will take a look at the color description, because this is why, when I say this is why I spend, all my money at nitpicks, is because they have the best color descriptions on the internet for colorblind people like myself. Okay. They just do. And so this is why I shop there.
Slab Town Multi-Slab Grants Pass Tonal Group Deer Island Tonal
Deer Island. So I've never bought this before. I've been really
Flash
curious
sale.
about
Get
it. I know it's browns.
This warm brown tonal is made up of a milk chocolate brown layered with saturated dark, cool brown, and hints of brick red and burgundy. The overall look is as decadent as a box of chocolates.
Okay.
Landscape.
So we've got browns with just a little bit of burgundy. So maybe just a little bit of red in it. But this is gorgeous too. See, and I know some of you are like browns. I like them. The browns are very autumny to me. They're very kind of autumnal. I wear a lot of browns, not today, but you do see me in the fall wearing. I wear more of your browns, your dark greens, your hunter greens, your pine greens, kind of your earthy shades. Those to me are very sort of autumnal. Those are like my September, because I can't wear some of the fall colors, right? Like I can't wear the oranges except for like, you know, the socks I think I can pull off because there's oranges away from my face. But and I can't wear like the yellows a lot of people think of as fall. So I can't, and I can't wear some of the greens we talked about. I can do some greens, not other greens. So for autumnal colors, I tend to go with your browns, your maroons, the burgundies, the reds, and the dark pine greens. And so I was thinking, like, this is like a milk chocolate to a dark chocolate to just a little bit of red. This is another one that I'm like, ooh, I could see a nice sweater with that. I could see a nice autumn sweater. This is really, I know some of you are bored with browns, but I still think this is pretty. I think all of these are going to make gorgeous socks. We could do sock week socks for the next, who knows, probably 10, 12 years now, y'all, with this order. Super, super excited. What else is in the box, right? What else? What other colors?
12 device unlocked. Lookout text mode. FPRCK's Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Macadam Malt 350.
Macadam. Okay. Macadam. Okay.
Tap to activate. Low light. Flashlight on. Lookout.
Macadam. And let's see what color macadam is. I think macadam, if I recall, macadam is one of the grays, so that tells me it's going to be down to the lower.
A reflection of the yarn deception.
Okay, we got to go up to the color palette.
Macadam
Macadam, it's one of the grays. I'm pretty positive.
Flash sale. Hawthorne Fingering swaths of midnight black swirl together with patches of foggy gray, with hints of oceanic teal to lighten the mood.
Ooh.
Pair with Mississippi for the ultimate dark modern colorway.
Black to grays to just a little bit of teals. Look at this. This was one of the ones that I thought was interesting. Let's actually take a look at the swatch on here.
Macadam multi-dash image 2.
No text in view.
So
Macadam multi-dash.
this is what the swatch of the macadam looks like. That's pretty, right? I mean, look at that. That's very, very pretty. So macadam, so we're going to call this your black to your gray. I hope the screen reader doesn't drive some of you crazy. My mom hates my screen reader. She's hated it since I was in high school. The first time I got a computer from the school district, the state, actually wasn't the school, the Washington State School for the Blind, sent me home with an IBM DOS system laptop with a screen reader on it when I was in high school, because I, really couldn't read and write well anymore. And my mom hated it from day one, and she still complains about it on the phone. She's like, shut it up. She hates it on the phone. So we got black, we got gray. She just hates that voice. It just drives her crazy. So I hope it's not driving you all crazy, because that's how I have to access the internet and shop on the internet, right? I mean, otherwise, what are we going to do here? So, but look at this. This has got really interesting shifts in color to me. I was not expecting that. This looks like it's got a lot more of the gray than the black. Now, obviously, with this kind of yarn, it's going to vary. See, that's part of the reason why I buy this stuff in 10 packs is because dye lot matters, y'all. And so you could get a different dye lot of some of these, and they might be much lighter, much darker. So you might get a dye lot of this one that's got a lot more black than mine. Because mine, I don't know why it keeps turning the flashlight on and off. It keeps trying to detect print, and then it's like, I don't see any print. Maybe it's too dark. So it keeps turning the flashlight on. So, but this has got a lot more gray in it than I was expecting. It's lighter than I was expecting. I like it though. I like it. It's a big surprise. So let's look at the next one. Let's see what we got.
1. NLL Black W Crocher. Hawthorne. Flashlight off lookout. Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Conifer kettle 300.
Another conifer kettle. So we know that this is going to be another green. We know that. I know conifer. Very well. Let's look at another one. Okay, let's see. The Hawthorne.
Nitpicks reproach. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Goddess kettle.
Another goddess. See, I did buy a few of these in more than one. So, but don't worry if you're getting bored with the goddess and the Hawthorne. There's definitely more colors in here. So let's see what else this one is.
Flashlight on. Look out. Nitpicks we crochet. Picks. Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Goddess kettle 300.
Another goddess kettle. Alrighty. Well, I bought way more of the goddess kettle than I realized, but I knew I was picturing something beautiful with that. This one is a different color. That I can tell you. This is one we haven't looked at yet.
Flashlight off. Look out. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Hood River tonal hand.
Hood River tonal. Ooh, I've been to Hood River many times. Hood River is it's east of Portland. It's east as you're heading. Yeah, I've been there. I like Hood River. It's a beautiful town. So it's on the river. It's on the Columbia River. It's very windy there. A lot of people go windsurfing there. Let's see what color they picked for Hood River. We're going to have to scroll down, I think, on our color palette a little bit to get to Hood River.
Dash image 2. Graphic. Slab 10 multi-slab. Deer Island tonal. Deer Turkish delight. Sweet home tonal. Silverton tonal. Goddess kettle. God Alameda multi dash cup. Gold. Hayden multi. Hood River tonal.
Hood River tonal. Okay. Hood River tonal. What
Flash
color
sale.
did they
Get up to-
interpret that?
No text in
Hawthorne Fingering yarn. Dash Hood River tonal.
Okay.
This bold crimson enjoys darker and lighter tones from the winey red, purples of burgundy, and Bordeaux to subtle highlights of floral pink.
Ooh, that sounds beautiful. Crimson, wine, another gorgeous. Not disappointed in that at all. Not at all, y'all. This is so pretty. I knew it was going to be reds. So I'm loving this one. Another one that I'm, going to struggle not to buy it in a 10-pack or even like 5. I'm like, maybe just 5 or 6? Can we just get 5 or 6? It'd be beautiful. So this is gorgeous, you guys. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Wow. So pretty. What else is in the box? What else is in the box?
Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Grants Pass tonal.
Grants Pass.
100.
Grants Pass. I have also a really bad Hood River story. Maybe we'll do that sometime. But Grants Pass. Okay, let's look up what color that is because I don't remember.
Jade District multi-Jade, Oaks Park multi-Oaks, Mount Scott Mississippi multi-Missis, Camas multi-Camas, Woodstock multi.
No text in
Grants Pass. I do not remember at all what color Grants Pass is.
Reload this page. Gold Hill tonal gold. Each Hayden multi seven. Hood River tonal. Hood River. God Alameda. Goddess kettle. God Arletta multi Arlette volcano kettle Silverton tonal. Sweet home tonal. Turkish delight kettle. Deer Island tonal. Deer Island. Grants Pass tonal.
Grants
Grants
Pass.
Flash sale. Get this rich hickory brown sports spots and pops of dark undertones running to dark roasted coffee and charcoal contrasting with subtle highlights of silvery taupe.
Okay, so coffee with hints of charcoal. So your browns with a little bit of gray. That's nice. That's a nice browns. Got some nice neutrals there. That's very nice. So I don't know if I need a lot of that. It's nice. It's going to make some nice socks for sure, right? That's going to make some beautiful socks. Love that. But don't know if I need a whole bunch of that. Ooh, look at this. This looks really pretty. Ooh, I'm excited to find out what this is. This is like Christmas for me, y'all. I'm like, I wonder what color it is. It looks really pretty to me.
Turn camera. Nitpicks. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Blackbird kettle 300.
Blackbird kettle. Okay, so blackbird kettle. This is grays. I'm almost positive that blackbird kettle is grays and blacks. I'm almost positive. We will double check before I write it in marker, right? Because that's only so much space we have on there to write, and marker's big writing.
Yarn description: serpent kettle,
Serpent kettle. I think it's towards the bottom.
Blackbird kettle.
This is a black or a gray mix, I'm positive. It's very pretty though. I like
Flash
it.
sail. Cut like a vast prairie night sky filled with pinpoints of twinkling stars. Blackbird's dark tones span the spectrum from blackest coal to a soft steel, with flashes of a light slate.
Okay, so black steel slate. That's really nice. I like that. It's a good neutral for me as well, colorblind person. That's partially why I get a bunch of these in the blacks and the blues, the grays. These are going to be really easy for me to match to my clothes, nice and versatile. So you're getting to see the whole spectrum, right, of the different blacks and the grays. So I hope this is really fun. I hope some of you who like to look at this stuff, I hope this is really helping you to get an idea, right, of the different colors that we have, the different options that we have with this. Let's see what color this one is. This looks really nice too.
12:45. Device unlocked. Lookout text mode. Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne Fingering weight. Goddess kettle.
Another goddess kettle. So I was thinking like, you know, skirt or sweater or dress with a goddess, because obviously we got lots of it. So let's see if we got, I think we have just a couple more different colors. In fact, I know we have for sure one more at least in a different color. I know for sure. For sure. Look at these. I know these are a different color. This is the speckle. This is the only one I got in the speckle. It's the blueberry speckle, and it's a light. Look at this. This is so fun. Oh my gosh. So this is the blueberry speckle. It's a light blue with kind of some denim and some teal. It's so fun. I got 2 of these. I wasn't sure if I was going to make socks, like a baby sweater. I mean, come on, would this make an adorable little baby cardi? OMG, so cute. But I think I was also thinking summer top. I'm hoping. I think I only got 2 of these though. So I hope I can get a summer tank top out of this with me. I don't know if that's going to be about 700 yards. I want to say, oh my goodness, I don't even know what's going on with this. It's reading me some kind of news thing or something. Anyways, I don't know what's going on there. Got a news or a push notification or something. Anyways, so this is the blueberry. I think it's adorable. I think I could make a summer top out of this. I think I could make, for myself, right? I think I can wear these blues. I think I could make a nice summer top out of this. But also, I think that a baby garment as well, a baby cardi would be really cute. I think I only got 2, so I'm still kind of limited, but I think with 700 yards, I might be able to get a tank top out of it. Not totally sure. We'll have to play with that a little bit, but this, I might have to get a couple more of these and hope I get the same dye lot. Really hope I get the same dye lot. That is very, very nice. I think there's just a couple more other colors in here that we're going to look at. Let's see. This, I think, is all that we have left. These might be more in,
12. Device unlocked. Lookout text mode. HIEV. Hawthorne. HINGERING weight. Star. Permanent. Marker. Recent
Ha!
step to
Must be seeing my marker. That's funny.
Hawthorne. Fingering white. Goddess kettle 300.
Some more goddess kettle. So we're going to write goddess on there. Hope I can read that in the future. These, I know a few of these are different. Let's look at this one. I know this is one we haven't looked at yet.
Flashlight off. Lookout. Lookout text mode. Select mode. Button. Out of lit. Turn camera on. Crit picks we crochet. Hawthorne. Fingering weight. Hayden multi 357 yards.
Hayden.
400 grams.
See, I knew we had a couple more in here that we hadn't looked at yet. Hayden multi. The rest of these might be conifer and goddess, but I do want to make sure that we get the color on the Hayden. And I think that might be the last color that I have that's different.
Slabtown, multi-slab town, Grants Pass tonal, Deer Island tonal, Deer Turkish Delight, Sweet Home tonal, Silverton tonal, Goddess Kettle, God Alameda, Arletta multi, Arletta volcano, Kettle volcano,
Flashlight off, look out.
Hood River tonal, Hood River, Hayden multi,
Hayden multi.
Flash sale. Right with item number 20. Right with energetic rays of rosy red, ashy pink, persimmon, and dark eggplant. The colors of Hayden are sure to add a bold pop of color to your work.
So red and persimmon. Okay, this is really pretty too. I like this. It's lighter than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit darker, probably more like the shades of Hood River was what I was expecting, but I'm not disappointed. I still think it's very, very pretty. I'm still very happy with this, okay? I am. So that's gorgeous. I hope you guys are liking. If you like to look at tonal yarns and different colors, I hope this is helping y'all get a better idea of what some of the options are. Conifer, okay, we got another conifer. I'll put that aside. We'll look at these last three skeins.
Hawthorne Fingering weight.
What color is it?
Turn camera. Nitpicks we crochet. Hawthorne Fingering weight conifer kettle.
Conifer. I knew I got a few more in the conifer. Okay. I think that's all that's in the box. I think so. I think that's all that we are going to look at today. I think I'm going to write on these really, really quickly, y'all, so that I don't have to do this again, right? I hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to take my little Sharpie marker and write conifer on these last three. So I did get a few in the conifer, obviously, and a few in the goddess. I'm sure I was thinking larger garment with those. And then, but there are several of these, you guys, that I am so excited about looking at going, okay, when are we going to get these on sale in, like, you know, 5 or 6 of this particular color so that we can make a larger garment, right? I mean, okay, I'm going to turn off my Kindle. This is my Kindle Fire tablet. Hold on. There's somebody here. Hang on. Let me pause the camera. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. It's getting a delivery that was not yarn. If it's yarn, guess what? They just leave it. But this needed a signature. I knew it was going to need a signature. So anyways, I did know it was coming, but you know. Anyways, so that's what we got. I hope that, I know this ended up being like way longer than I thought it was going to take to go over all the colors. But let me know your thoughts on doing this, because first of all, did you enjoy seeing all these colors? Like, look at all these colors! Oh my gosh, you guys. Which ones of these colors do you like? Did you like seeing all the colors? Is it fun for you to do this way? Is it fun for you to see all the, look at all these colors, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. To me, this is super, super fun. I'm like, what? Wow, wow. Did you enjoy? There's more. What in the world? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I would have loved to have bought a 10-pack and pretty much all these colors, but my budget can't do it. I mean, and that's, like I said, it's, you know, 3,500 yards. So, so instead, we got one pair of socks worth of multiple colors. We're going to be doing sock week here for a long, long time together. You guys let me know, what color is your favorite color? Okay, which of these do you like best? Because right now, I can't even decide. Okay, I can't. Which ones of these do you guys think we need to get a 10-pack of? Because I'm totally open to getting a 10-pack of more than one of these. I'm like, ooh, we might need 10 of those. We might need 10 of those. I mean, I'm there. What do you like? Shawls, cardies, cable sweaters, dresses, skirts, like I get socks, like big old socks, not just like the mid calf, like the over the knee kind of a socks. I mean, there's so much potential here. I'm just saying, there's so much potential here with these colors. And like I said, I didn't get all the colors because there's a lot of colors. Hawthorne Fingering comes in I'll be honest with you, they don't have nearly the color palette in the DK weight. Nitpicks. We'd like to see more of these in the DK weight. Okay, we just would. I would love to see more of these. We know Astoria tonals in DK. We know Turkish is in DK. A few others of these. They have Blackbird kettle, North Star kettle. Those are all in the DK weight, but a lot of these I would love to get in DK weight and get a 10-pack and make skirts and tops and cardies. And, you know, I'd rather work with the DK. If I'm going to make full garments sometimes, I want the larger weight, right? Less stitches. So, because in a fingering weight, it's a lot of stitches. So, anyways, though, let me know which of these is your favorite color. Let me know which ones you think we need to get a 10-pack in. Let me know what you would do with it. Do you have Hawthorne Fingering in your house? Do you love it? Do you love to make socks with it? Do you like to make shawls with it? Wraps, scarves, accessories, sweaters? Like, what do you like to make with all of this lusciousness? Because I am so excited. I already have a pair of socks started somewhere in the delphinium kettle, okay? Now, we don't know where they're at right now. We don't, but I've started them. Now, I don't think we're going to finish them in December. I don't even know if we're going to finish them in January. If I unearth them, they might end up being sock week socks for next year. Who knows? But there's so much potential right here. Should we just get like maybe 4 more in some of these colors and just focus on like summer tops or something? I mean, I don't know. But I'm super excited about this order. Let me know your thoughts on you going over the technology with me. Was that fun? Was it interesting for you to learn about how I do this stuff? Or was that like too tedious for some of you? Like somebody's probably going to unsubscribe. They're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe she did that, right? That's going to like bore the heck out of some people. But I know that some people are like, you know, cool with it. But does this help you to see, right, like the North Star kettle here? Do you like to see that? Do you like to see that next to, right, like next to the, I think this is the delphinium. This might be the Klamath. This is why I have to, this is the Klamath, because this is the one that I've got the little ball in that I've already worked up, see? But this is why I have to keep it separate, because I can't even tell those apart. But do you like to see like the different blues next to each other, like the difference in the Klamath and the North Star, like the different blues? Because we've got several blues in the house now. We've got several of the gray in the house now. So is this fun for you to see all the different colors and see them together and see the different shades? Because I am absolutely loving this. This was, even though it was going to challenge me for me to figure out all the different colors, I thought you guys would enjoy it, and I know that I was gonna enjoy. I knew I was gonna love seeing all this color. I did. I was like, absolutely, this is gonna be amazing. So you know, I'm thinking of like a big old skirt with the conifer kettle, right? I am. What is this one? This is the macadam. I am surprised by how gray this one is. I really thought it was going to be darker. And then which ones of these are like, okay, this is the Astoria. I know we got some other grays. Yeah, that's a slab town. I'm trying to think which other grays we got in here that we can look at together. Turkish Delight. That is one of the reds. I should have brought the volcano kettle in here, you guys, because I know that I have some volcano kettle in the house somewhere. If I can't find the one I'm looking for in a minute, we'll just go, because this video's been plenty long. Slab Town, I think that's the maroons. I can't even read my writing on this anymore on some of these. I'm like, what did I write? I was looking for one more, the blackbird, but there we go. Okay, so like, do you like seeing all of these different grays together? Does this help you? Like, if you're like, okay, I want a pair of gray socks, right? Does it help you to see the gray, the blackbird, the slate, the Astoria, and the macadam together? Like, is that helpful for people to see all of that together and be like, yeah, okay, this is going to help me pick out my, future pair of gray socks, right? I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. But let me know your thoughts. We got to put all of our sock yarn away because I'm hungry. I got to go eat some lunch, thankfully. I got some leftovers in the fridge. I'm having chicken curry again. That's just easy for me to fix, easy for me to do, and I like it. So I'm not sad or mad about eating leftover chicken curry again. But anyways, I'm gonna put all my beautiful sock yarn away. Oh my God, I want to cast it all on today. I do. But we're not gonna do that, even though I want to. This is gorgeousness. Look at all this color, you guys. This was so much fun. I hope you had as much fun doing this as I did, because I thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm gonna go. So creativity is for everybody, whether you see or you see like me, which is not in color, and you gotta use all the apps and all the technology that is sometimes clumsy and clunky, or you don't see it all. Creativity is for you. And whether it's knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting or beading or sculpting or painting or weaving or carving or whatever it is that you do, today is a great day to craft and create. What in the world? Are we going to just make socks, or are we going to take like 3 of these different grays and put them together in a shawl? I mean, are we? We could put the slate, the Astoria, the macadam. We could make like a multi-gradient shawl with these, you guys, or skirt. Do you remember I was gonna go, and then I just got this in my head. Okay, do you remember the Astoria tonal skirt that I made? And then I redid it in the cot linen in the blues, and I made a gradient on the bottom. What if we took like our slate and our Astoria and our blackbird and our macadam, and we did like a gradient shawl or skirt in the different grays? It just came to me. Oh my gosh. I was like, ooh, that might be really fun. So much potential in this box. Thank you, Nitpicks, for doing a Socktober sale. Yay for Socktober. OMG, you guys. How are we not going to buy more of this? Okay, I really am going to go this time before I get more ideas and keep talking about all the ideas that I get about my new yarn. So thank you so much for listening. And until next time, happy stitching. Bye-bye for now.